So those that know me will know that I love a full English breakfast. And before the pandemic, I would often walk to a local cafe and try their version of the full English. It was a chance for me to get out, a chance for me to enjoy eating out, the experience of it. And in Bognor Regis here, we're by the sea, so these were all pluses and all things that made it a great experience. Since the pandemic began, I haven't really had the opportunity to go out and do it, simply because I think we're all a little bit nervous about eating out for many reasons. I just haven't had the time, I guess, you know, because other things in life, my life's a little bit different since then. I've now got a son, so you know, the chances to do that are thin. And then I've tried other things in the meantime, like recently on the channel I tried a microwave breakfast, which was okay. I've tried the Fray Bentos all-day breakfast pie, which again was okay, but it doesn't really compare to having fresh ingredients cooked for you in a place outside of your own home. So recently I found out that there were cafes locally that offered one of two services. One was to go and collect the breakfast and take it away. The other is to have it delivered to your door, which really excited me because it kind of takes the pressure out of things. And I think it would be really useful, that kind of service, for people who obviously work from home, those like me who perhaps don't have the confidence to do so, just to have somebody knock on your door and deliver you the thing that you crave, sort of thing, would be amazing. And today I get to find out what that feels like, because Carlyle's Café in the Feltham side of Bognor Regis, they're on Feltham Road, they are sending over a full English breakfast, and it will answer a lot of questions that I have, such as how does it come packaged? We're going to find that out. How are the ingredients? Because obviously when we've tried microwavable stuff before, it isn't always the freshest. How are the ingredients? Is it still warm or hot? When it gets here, they're about 2 miles away. I should think, you know, there's only a few minutes by car. So there are these questions and more. So without further ado, let's go and find out what it's like. So the order just arrived via one of those food delivery companies that are now so popular, you know the ones. There's a couple of things in here. One thing wrapped in foil. I'm going to assume this is the fried bread. And then this in a polystyrene container is the full English breakfast. Now let's study what is in here. So I have a note here from the manager of Carlyle's Café. So we have baked beans, obviously, fried potatoes, tomatoes. The eggs are organic free range from Rookery farm. The sausages are from Merry Meats and are free range. And obviously we also have the fried bread. And there's a bit of bacon hiding in there as well. We'll try that in a moment. Just got to take a couple of photographs for social media. Just try and take a quick thumbnail. So let's try this now. Let's cut into that sausage. There is a bit of the sausage for you, nicely cooked. Well, it's still warm, and there is, oh, there's some nice spices going on in there. That is definitely fresh. They said that came from Merry Meats, which is a place quite local to here. So it's nice that they locally source these things, because I've been to cafes where you can tell a lot of the products are bought in. That it cuts nicely, it tastes really good, it's nice and warm, and it just has a really nice texture. The outer skin is not too crunchy, because sometimes they can burn it. That is just right. So let's try one of these fried potatoes. This looks like they've made it themselves, as though they've you know, chopped up potatoes and fried them. Again, really nice. Not something that you see too often on a breakfast. I think I made a reference earlier to each cafe kind of doing it their own way, and some use fried potatoes, some don't, it depends. Tell me, do you have fried potatoes as part of your full English breakfast? Do let me know in the comments below. So next, let's go to these baked beans in a pot. Now, I'm assuming these are bought in, so they're going to taste like baked beans, aren't they? Such as 57 varieties. But let's try them anyway, because again, some people like beans with their breakfast, some don't. I'm one that does. I'm not a huge fan of beans myself, but as part of this combination, it's good. So next, let's try this egg. Let's see if it's runny, shall we? It's not really runny, but the thing is, you know, the transportation between here and there probably had an effect on that. I'm sure if you had it in the cafe, obviously they wouldn't have had all that in-between stuff. But the thing is, I bet this is a really nice egg. They say it's free range from Rookery Farm, which again is a place in Bognor Regis, I believe. So again, locally sourced ingredients. Let's try this free range egg. Yeah, that's definitely fresh. I perhaps would have preferred to have it runny, but as I say, there's probably a lot of reasons why it isn't. So now to try the tomato. Are you a fan of tomato? I never used to be. When I used to go out to eat with my granddad, he would always have the tomato from me, and then when he passed away, I was like, well, I might as well try this, and it turned out I actually liked it. So because I think the thing about this is it has a sweetness, right? So you've got sort of the sweetness from like the beans and the tomato, and then the meatiness of the sausage and the egg kind of in the middle. It's great. So let's now try some bacon. I love the saltiness of that bacon compared to everything else, as I said previously. It's a little bit chewy. Some places tend to do it, they like crisp it up a bit. I perhaps would have preferred to have had it crispy, but it all depends, right? I reckon perhaps in the actual establishment, if you were there, you could probably ask for it to be crisped up a little bit. So when we set all this up, I was asked, did I want like white bread or did I want fried bread? I thought, well, I'll try fried bread. I've left it so long that it sort of got cold. But it's fried bread, right? You know what fried bread tastes like. I just like the texture of the bread, and you get that kind of sweet and yet savoury taste in your mouth as it goes down. Really, really tasty. And just complements everything else. And I think that's the whole thing about a full English, is everything complements each other. So let's tilt the camera down slightly while I explain that this is like the first time I've really done a full meal, and I'm not really set up for this type of thing. So if I get any comments informing me that, oh, we wish we could see it, you know, the plate as you were eating it, if I do these in the future, I will certainly take that into account and try and improve on that. This is about the best angle I can get at the moment, but as you can see, my head is chopped off. But I am really enjoying this. These sausages, I think, are the revelation. They're my favourite part of it. And to know that they're locally sourced as well, which I think is really good. As I said before, it's good that a cafe is taking the time to look around for a local supplier. And the thing is as well, these breakfasts are sort of between £8 and £10, which I remember a time when this meal was half that price. But for what you're getting, the quality of the ingredients, I think it is worth it, certainly. Just the flavour in that sausage is phenomenal. So that is a breakfast from Carlyle's Café in Bognor Regis. Tell me, when you go to a cafe, what do you like on your breakfast? I think for me, I like mushrooms to be on there. That can sometimes be a nice little deviation, that mushroomy flavour that goes with everything else. And I think as well, some people like black pudding. That's quite popular in certain places. I'm not sure if that is a thing elsewhere in the world. And this is the other thing. If you're watching from somewhere else in the world, what do you have for breakfast? Some places like pancakes, some places have their own variation on the thing. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're watching in Bognor Regis, hi, do go and check them out. It is really good. I can highly recommend it. And if you are local to the Bognor Regis area, where else would you like me to try? Do let me know. Thank you so much to Carlyle's Café for allowing me to do this. And also, it's helped fill a hole in more ways than one, because I've not had a cooked breakfast from a cafe for like 2.5 years. I think it was 2019 when I last had one of these. And to reiterate, I've never actually been to that cafe. If I happen to be passing one day, I will pop in, certainly, going by the quality of these ingredients and this just overall combination of things. So I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, because if I gave it 5, well, there are so many like options. The options are limitless, but there's great ingredients, great combination, and it was piping hot when it came here, and a great service as well. Thanks very much for watching this video. Please do rate, comment and subscribe.